This is Do-Rag Wisdom. I'm an advertisement for Lifestyle Lift. Okay, just kidding. Continuing our discussion, and we're still, the 35th day, and I may not, since the coup, and I may not be able to publish this today, the other one today, but I have to publish these because I have to keep these broadcasts going because it's vitally important to keep the communication open. So what I'm going to say now, I would be cutting off my thing if I disrespected or started being sarcastic with the buyer's remorse Trump voters. I would be the biggest freaking hypocrite imaginable because, okay, you see, I'm 66, and what did I do when I was, my generation, we got the chance, the 18-year-olds got a chance to vote, right? And what did I do with that? What did this intelligent person here, what did I do? Well, first of all, I was a goddamn one-issue voter, okay? Secondly, I voted for Nixon. And a good friend of mine named George G., and I'll always remember this. This was a very special person, but I'm very, dude stopped being my friend when I voted for Nixon. And, now in retrospect, I understand his anger. Because, man, I think of people voting for that Trumpian piece of shit, but what he should have done with me, what he should have guided me, because he obviously knew more about the machinations of politics at that time than I did, right? Now, I was a young, I was in the 20s when I was a young pup. A dumb pup. Oh, Nixon? Well, what did I do? I turned around, my one issuing continued into another election where I actually voted for Reagan. Now, I've said all this before in other broadcasts, okay? So this is like a repeat, but this is relevant now because, I too was a voter who turned out to be a buyer's remorse, but I didn't learn from my first mistake. And then I made a second mistake. And then I actually made a third mistake. I voted for Giuliani. This I didn't tell anybody on a previous. This is new material. And I have to tell you this because, I have to be honest. If I'm going to do these broadcasts, I want everybody to know I'm out front with them, and I don't want them to have to suffer me. Nobody should suffer fools. And I don't want, people are taking the time to watch me, they're taking their time. I don't want them to think I'm lying to them. I want to tell them straight, even if it makes me feel, ugh. So, somebody should have taken me aside, someone older, wiser, whatever, to guide me on the right path. And fortunately, I had someone who did that for me, but unfortunately at that time, I didn't completely listen to him. That was my mentor and anthropology professor, Bert Siskin. Well, I'll talk more about him another time. He passed recently. Very sad, but he was in his 80s. But he taught me a lot of stuff. He taught me some things, anthropology. Taught me, he taught me to know my place among the universe of cultures and ideas we have on this planet, which go all the way into the universe itself, folks. The multi-lighted, beautiful universe above the... Too bad we can't shut the lights off in all the cities just so people can go out and look up at the sky, see a starlit sky, and know what their place is, that we're not as important as we think we are, and yet we're part of this fabric. And instead of being cancerous against this fabric, we should be harmonious with it. So, we human beings, we suffer so much on this planet. We sadly believe in an afterlife, which It's not going to happen as far as I'm concerned. I'm an atheist. So it's okay if we F up this planet because, you know, we're going to go to another place much better. Camus said, let not eternal happiness answer for one moment of human suffering here. And I agree with that, and I want to make here as harmonious, as wonderful as I possibly can, and I'm flawed like anybody else. I'm a naked ape too. And the last thing I'm going to do is slap these people in the face that voted for that creep, and they did it because they felt they were being screwed, and they are, and they were, and they're going to be. But let's say, you know, I'm not talking about the racists, the creeps that voted for him because he's a racist turd. I'm talking about the people that voted for that turd because they really were being screwed. And now they got buyer's remorse. And the last thing I'm going to do is reject them. Because down the road, instead of learning, they're going to make a mistake again. And as much as I always remember this, how great, you know, unique George G was, he should have been a mentor like Bert Siskin. He should have been more of a guide. But that's okay. Still, hey, look, I still remember this guy with fondness, and sad that he's not my friend anymore. But I'm not going to do the same to other people who also make these kinds of mistakes. Vote for their emotions instead of with their minds, like we've all done. We just have to hang together because now this war we're in, this civil war we're in, this cold civil war, we got to hang together because we can't, because the politicians in there, both parties are disabled. The GOP, the Democrat, and it's up to us in the street to get up in that fucking ape's face, his party, the things that make life on this planet miserable. And we gotta value whatever life we have here, and we can't have it being miserable. I'm not rejecting you, Trump voters who are now buyers remorsers. I'm here to help you, man. I'm here to be along and to vote for someone who's really going to help us, who's going to help make of this world the paradise it's supposed to be.